time I made a mistake and I accidentally read this verse, so I'm going to read it technically for the second time, but we'll really go into this one now. It's the 52nd Yukti, one of the 112 gateways to the yoga of wonder and delight. I'll chant the Sanskrit, then read the poetic English interpretation. Then we'll pull out a single word from the Sanskrit and use that as a seed for the meditation practice that this contains. Managatayam nidrayam pranashte bhahya gojare savastha manasagamya paradevi prakashate. It means something like, when sleep has not yet come, and the sweet buzz of exhaustion permeates the body, linger in the of relief as your head touches the pillow. Everything in you is yearning to let go. So let go. Let your body fall into something deeper than sleep. With your mind, enter the soft, luminous glow of the soul. The word of the verse is Nidra, N-I-D-R-A-A, Nidra. I'm sure some of you have heard this word before, in Yoga Nidra, for example. The word means to fall asleep, or just sleep, slumber, sleep, slumber, sleepiness, sloth. Also the budding state of a flower. And it's also a mystic name for the letter B. If that doesn't make any sense, all of the sounds in Sanskrit are considered sacred, and the sound B is said to also be associated with Nidra. What is the practice here? Well, sleep is an important part of meditation, and you should always welcome the impulse to fall into sleep. I will add too that I know a lot of people here say that they have trouble staying awake while they meditate. Well, here the author is saying something very beautiful, that you shouldn't fight the urge to sleep in meditation. If it comes, that's part of the meditation. Take good care of yourself and tuck yourself in. Nidra is sometimes Yoga Nidra, meditation sleep, a state of half meditation, half sleep. We all fall asleep for a few seconds or minutes here and there in meditation, and it's wonderful. Be prepared. Have blankets and pillows at hand so that you can luxuriate in the sleep if it happens. If you have been meditating for a while, you might also find yourself called to take naps at certain times. And many yogis find that these naps are deeper than meditation. You don't just fall asleep. You fall into magic, into the arms of the goddess. Remember that these verses are being sung out to the goddess. Meditation is courtship. You are romancing the intrinsic divinity of life, dating Prana Shakti. There comes a time when the goddess embraces you and takes you into her realm. What is falling asleep? It is pure surrender. Your daily meditation practice tunes your nerves and cleans up the pathways of perception. Day by day, if you honor each impulse that arises, you attend to all the unfinished business in your mind and heal your nerves. Then you are ready. Because you are tuned to your body, you can feel the call for a nap, like a cat. And you fall into something. Sometimes instead of inner darkness, it's inner light. This is Paradevi Prakashate. Para meaning beyond, transcendental. Devi meaning the goddess. Prakasha, the visible shining manifestation or laughter, the universal sound in the form of the goddess, who is more ancient than time and younger than springtime, who is concerned for you, has come from beyond eternity to care for you, to fill you with her shining energy and light you up with her laughter. Thank you for listening. Let's read another verse, shall we? 2 more, actually. This is the 53rd Yukti and the 76th verse overall in the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. I almost accidentally started reading this one too, before. Tejasa surya dipade rakashe sabshabali krite drishtir niveshya tatraiva svatma rupam prakashate. This verse means something like, gaze out at space, aware of multicolored luminosity permeating everywhere. The blue sky filled with rays from the sun. The night sky dark yet crisscrossed by the light of 1 billion stars. How can this be? All space is the same, inside you and far away. Lose yourself in spaciousness. Come home to your true self. The word of the verse is Tejas. One of my favorite Sanskrit words, actually. Tejas means aura, glow, ray, brilliance, radiance, light, fire, especially as an element, luster. It can also refer to spiritual power, ardor, and splendor. The practice? This is the Sunbathing Sutra, a meditation on Tejas, radiance. Attention is invited to delight in the brilliance of Surya, the sun. Begin with the image of Surya Akasha, the sun's luminosity permeating all of space. After a while, you will dissolve into the light. As you come back from dissolution, lightly consider the thought, Swatmarupa, this is my essence. Don't be surprised if you laugh in delight. The sutra ends with a form of the word prakasha, meaning splendor, luster, expansion, and laughter, just like the last verse. But never do any practice unless you love it. Only meditate on the sun if you adore it. Love activates your instincts, the ones you need to be successful in this yukti and to protect yourself appropriately. Tejas has other meanings, including the bright appearance of the human body in health and beauty, fiery energy, ardor, vital power, essence, even vital fluids. The brain can also refer to gold. It is not just the fire of the sun that is the meditation topic here. It is the life-giving, vitalizing effect of being outdoors in the sun, the sense of being sun-kissed, filled with essence, and a sweet and subtle, natural sexuality. This is a tantric text, after all. Whenever you are meditating on the relationship of your body with an element, be aware of dosage. How much of this is healthy for you in this present form, and what amount is too much? Do not look directly at the sun, ever. The light is so intense that you can damage your eyes. So, you can meditate on the sun in your imagination. You could also meditate on the radiance of a light bulb, candle, or wood fire. And if you truly are being called to meditate on the sun, at the most, do it just as it's rising or setting, when there's more of the atmosphere to block the harmful UV rays. And never do it to the point of feeling like your eyes are hurting, which can only be a few seconds. Alright. Let's read one more verse. This is the 54th, the 54th, 5-4, and the 77th verse overall in the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. Karankinya krodhanaya bhairavya lelihanaya Khecara drishtikale cha bharavaptif prakashate. This verse means something like, you who have been seeking, whatever path you are on, a moment will come when divine pulsation grabs you and carries you into its dance. Pardon me. In the midst of ecstatic motion, your body dissolves into light, leaving only the softly glowing benediction of the bones. You become the face of fury, yet serene within. Eyes fly open in amazement, seeing the unseen vastness. Or you become a tongue tasting upward into the nectar of eternity. The soul reveals itself to itself through movement, energy-infused undulations and gestures of hand, foot, spine, face, and form. The invisible loves the visible. The word of the verse is Khecara. 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 It can mean moving in the air, flying, a bird, any aerial being as a messenger of the gods. It does refer to a particular mudra or position of the fingers. It can also mean an earring or a cylinder of wood passed through the lobe of the ear. Many meanings. The practice? Sometimes the life force in us just wants to break out and be wildly free, as if we were flying, breathing flame on people, or able to put on such a scary face that everyone would leave us alone. Children do this as the mood strikes them. And in yoga, this movement has a name, mudra, meaning that which gives joy. The text lists a series of mudras, both wild and peaceful poses. Strike a pose. Feel free to throw yourself down to the corpse pose, as carefree as a skeleton on Halloween. Make a face as if you were angry or absolutely astonished, eyes wide open in awe. Sometimes in meditation practice, such gestures will spontaneously arise and carry you. There is a sense of supreme satisfaction as you fly beyond your ordinary constrictions. Meditation is powered by our life energy, which wants to break free. And when it does, Prana Shakti is both peaceful and wild. We need to bust out some new moves, per se. This often happens to people after a couple of years of sitting meditation. Their bodies just get tired of sitting, and that's it. Sitting is over. From now on, let's dance. If we have come to yoga for healing, We may have needed our practice to be a cast or cage so that the bone in a broken wing can set. Now it is time to stretch our wings and fly again. So our practice needs to change. We feel an inner urge to abandon the cage of the practice that got us this far. This is not a failure of yoga. It is the success. What a beautiful reminder to anyone who feels stuck in their current meditation or yoga regimen. That is your calling to break free. Try something new. These, as always, were wonderful sutras. I love tejas. I love that radiant flame, existing in the sun, existing in us, existing in all of life. What did you love about these verses? I'd love to hear from you. That concludes our reading for today, however.